Hello, welcome back to my channel, everyone. This is Shogun Fox. Come back to another episode of Let's Play Crusader Kings 3. We're going to continue on as Musashi as we're continuing to look like our expansion into Japan as we're doing a pretty decent job here. We've actually acquired a lot of land here in the last handful of episodes, so we're going to be kind of focusing on that. We do have two pieces of land that are a little bit farther away than a lot of the land that we actually have consolidated up here. We have one over here that we've were appointed before we became Soryu, and then one down here that we just took. We're going to go ahead and do that. Let's kind of take a look at the Soryu government up here while we're letting the time just kind of tick away here. We do have some different things here, prominent houses. We do have the Torio, Tachibana, Tokie. Oh, the Musashi is okay. So I guess we do. Okay, here we go. It's our family right here. Okay, so we do have some prominent people. It's us. We do have one, my half brother, who is um, who does look to be a vassal, and one more down here. Oh, we actually have four. I guess this. Oh, this must be the nephew. Okay, so we do have four people who own land inside of our government. So that's or inside of our noble house. So that's not too bad. We do have one more perk here. Let's go ahead and do Iron Constitution. I want this character to live a while, so I do kind of want to just focus a little bit on whole of body and maybe go all the way down there before we do anything else. Um, let's kind of look at our no, not Shinto. Let's look at our Yamato faith. Our innovations. We are in the early medieval, so we are starting to move a little bit into this. It does look like the current fascination is Suki, and cultural spread will be the Banus, which looks to be like just like the natural thing that's happening. We are currently. Where is Suki at? I guess is that like one of the early medieval ones? It is. Okay, so it's down here. Um, Unlocks early medieval era military buildings. Levy size go up 5%. Okay, not too terrible. I would love it if they would actually go down here and do manneralism. I would hate to have to wait 306 years for that, but I doubt it'll take that long. So another thing we can do is we can actually kind of look at our development. We are at 15 with control of 54. I'm going to go ahead down here because I think this might have got moved. Yeah, it does look like the control thing got moved off of this guy right here. So we can actually do that. That'd be really good to kind of improve the control there. We do have an alliance. It looks like that's going to be our nephew, which is fine. And let's kind of take a look at the government types around us. We do have one Soryu over here, who, if I'm not mistaken, I think is inside of our block. So I might just leave him be. It looks like there's still some down here, but we're not going to focus on them too much right now. And let's also kind of take a look at our activities. Oh no, let's look at decisions. Kind of just want to look to see like if we were to actually formalize a shogunate, like what would actually cause this. So we're the ruling region, which we aren't. Ooh, ho. Before we do anything else, we have dangerous faction. There's a peasant revolt. Wants county control. Okay, that's interesting. Of Dewa, which is up here, and Ichigo, which is what is Dewa's then? Popular opinion is negative for what reason? Rampant bandits. And the faith is different too. So let's look and see what our faiths are. I don't think that's actually got anything to do with it, but we might actually just kind of look into that a little bit. It looks like Shinto's actually kind of spreading a little bit over here, so that's okay. I'm not too worried about that peasant revolt. It actually doesn't look to be that big of a deal, so we'll let that be for now. And whenever they decide to go to war with us, they go to war with us. So it looks to be like the only problem that we're really having. So okay, we're gonna let that go for now. Rally the troops, matrilineal. We'll do that. I guess we're gonna do that one then. Oh, it's 2600. Man, okay. Well, while we're doing this, then we can call these guys to war. It's actually a little bit more than I thought it would be. My goodness. Let's go ahead and move the rallying point to right here. 12. Okay, we're going to go down here and we're going to take out these guys first. We're going to take out the smaller band, and then we'll move up to the larger band afterwards. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go to restraint, which is fine. I'm thinking we should beat this just because it's peasants and we have formal troops, so I think we should just win that regardless. It kept telling me that we were going to have a devastating loss. I just don't see how that was possible because of our troops compared to theirs, but whatever. I wasn't too worried about that. Again, sometimes the game doesn't like have. I don't think they tell you the whole truth sometimes, but either way. Okay, there we go. I need this to actually stay here. I don't know why this keeps wanting to move, but whatever. Okay. And we did have the conversion go through, which is nice. Let's go ahead and let's do. Let's go up here and let's start converting these up here. I think these two might be a little bit easier to do than the ones down here. Another quick moment to check the government types, see if there's anything around us. It does not look to be so that's fine. I'm going to look at the factions against our leads. Imperial Policy faction. Members of the Imperial Policy faction support adopting a new Imperial policy for the realm. The faction leader selects a new Imperial policy for the realm. Okay, I guess we could do that. Just seems like a pretty cool thing. I'm actually kind of curious about this, so maybe we start like creating some problems inside the realm. It might actually be a little bit easier to maybe do something later on for ourselves. So that is something. Looks like we do have somebody, like one of our allies, who's trying to expand over here. So we might just go on, head down here and help them with this. Shouldn't be too bad because they only have 200 troops, so we should just win this by ourselves just about. Alrighty. Oh, this is the theocracy, isn't it? That's interesting. There we go. Intriguing, cool. We're going to go ahead and siege this one as well. It's fine. Beautiful. We're going to span that, and this guy, I'm going to invite him to the house block too. If I can spend a little bit of money and prestige, I'm going to let him join our house block, and he can also be a part of that. Being that he was our ally, probably wouldn't be that bad. So let's look at our block now. We should have a few people now. We have Kondo, which is, where is Kondo at here? Okay, so he's over here. So let's look at it again. Hold up before I get off of that train of thought right quick. Nope, that's Manor, House Block. There we go. So we have Kondo up here. Fujinima, which is, I think that's the guy down here. Yeah, okay, so that's this guy down here. I don't think he'll let me vassalize him. I don't even think that's an actual question. It actually doesn't look like it's actually something you can do right now. And with that, we actually have a pretty decent cohesion. Let's see what we have. Number of members of the House block is the 0.5, so that's why it's going down. Number of landed rulers is 0.55. There's only one guy in the house that doesn't. It's not happy at high cohesion, diminishing returns. Okay, so let's see. Can I? Maybe I can demand his change. He'll accept it regardless. That's fine. And maybe that'll help the cohesion out a little bit. No, no, it's not helping at all. Oh well. So we'll just let that be for now. I'm not too worried about that right now. We're gonna keep on doing what we're doing. We do have a development community right here, which is on project completed. The Musashi Ichisuku, which is us, I believe, right? Oh, this is okay. This isn't us. Every holding adds or upgrades a building. Every county develops communities. Development grows that. Send construction crew. Expand infrastructure. Okay, well, whatever. We'll let that be for now. Not too worried about that. Looks like they're doing something that's good for us, so we'll let that be. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. They grow up fast. Cool. All right, so one thing I want to do right now, being that we do have 950 gold, we're going to look at some things to upgrade, see if there's any holdings that we can do. Story leader, you may not personally hold city holdings. You will have to grant them away. That's perfectly fine. I do not mind that. Going to go ahead and construct us some cities. I think we still own Okatami, which is fine. The Imshi culture is planting cultivation. Okay, so looks like this is a whole different culture, so it's a little and I can't really change it with with the Bugio because he's doing the development right now in our capital, which we need to have desperately because we're trying to build that up as well, so we can't really do that either. A lot of this is just coming down to the fact that we just don't have very good cultural innovations yet, and we're not like spreading. We're not like having a lot of spreads that fast, so that kind of hurts us too. I really need Banis to be over with. I think once this happens, the cultural spreads will probably be a little bit better across the board. Because if you look, we still have a few in the tribals that are still available. We have one for the Silk Road, one for Gavelkind, one for planetary, our plenary assemblies. Should we still have quilted armor, which is rough that we don't have that either. I mean, heck, we're stinking samurais and we don't have heavy armor yet. Um, that kind of sucks, but we'll keep working on that. It does look like we can start like upgrading some of these things here, which I'm going to do. I went ahead and did siege crossbows first just because I want to be able to siege things faster if I want to. Probably could have went to samurai. Samurai probably would have been better looking at it now, but whatever. We'll be fine for now. Go for a run is fine. Okay. Alright, so we have a daughter that can get married. Let's go ahead and do that. Do that. That's fine. We'll do that one. That's fine. We'll do that one. Alright, we do have some wars that we can go to war that we can do. So let's look at some of those. Because we haven't looked at a war in a while. Musashi block expansion. So it's way down here. That doesn't really help us much. A Soryu conquest, which would be interesting. Let's do. Since is a Soryu. Okay, we can't do that, so no. Where's this one at? That one's right there. We might be able to go for him, but 500 troops and landing 1,200 on there's probably just like a risky thing. And the reason I say that is because like when we land there, it's gonna be tough because it's gonna be a sea to land invasion. That's just a very tough ask for us. Let me see something. Maybe can we go for this guy here? I would love to be able to go for him. No, we can't do that one, which kind of sucks. Well, there's an actual kingdom up here. What? This isn't the Sochi Minamoto Aramoto. Okay, it's a Ritsuru government type. Hmm. Okay, hold up. I want to look at something real quick. So this is the Emperor. The subjects underneath him versus goes from rank is this guy up here, and then the Kompaku. Where's the Kompaku at? I guess he's also inside there. So there's actually just one random king that's here, and it looks like he's actually taken over this. Oh, and it does look like we're actually just like in line to actually inherit this. So this that kind of changes things up a little bit. Hmm, interesting. Let's see what we have. So we do have the Fu of Michinoku, but apparently it was created either by this guy or by the people over here in the central government, and they gave it to him, which is kind of interesting. I'm not actually gonna. I'm just gonna have to look at that. I'm not really sure how that happened, but whatever. But anyway, we're gonna go back to this over here. This I actually want to do because this person's right here, so we're actually going to do that one. And we're gonna get the two big ones over here to help us. Actually, we're gonna do the three big ones. And we're gonna raise all of our people right here and have them sort of right outside of his land. And we may just go ahead and start attacking it and have them just join us whenever they can. Oh, and that's already 100%. That's awesome. Okay, expand. We'll disband all. And we'll give it to him. We'll give it to my son-in-law right there. And I think on that note, I think we're going to call it here because there are a few things I'm going to have to plan out for the next episode because there's a few moves I want to make here relatively shortly. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like in the section below. If you want to see more in the future, please subscribe to the channel. It helps out a lot. It means a great deal. And again, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next time.